guys, Jamie Grace here, and I'm gonna teach you how to make a taco. Woohoo, yay! I wanna make sure that I clarify for anybody that's watching this that's like, oh, like, is this a part of her culture? Is she about to like give us some amazing cultural lesson? Y'all need to understand, this is my version of a taco. I'm not claiming to have a beautiful culture that like tacos are a part of my culture. So don't even leave comments like, that's not how you make a real taco. We won't even call it a taco then, we'll just call it a ground turkey melt by Jamie Grace. I love tacos from everywhere, like fast food restaurants and then like real legit like Mexican restaurants. I love going to those two and getting real tacos, but this is my version because I'm not as cool as them. So this is my adaptation of tacos that I make at home. I've got a lot of weird allergies, so I have to be like even more particular about eating veggies. So I like to make tacos, like make all the taco meat and stuff and then put it on a bed of braised kale. But you can also take all the taco stuff and put it in a tortilla, like the shirt I have on. All you're gonna need is a pound of ground meat. I use ground turkey. Go ahead and cook it and drain it, and then we can cook together. You're also gonna need 1 packet of taco seasoning, a little bit of water, queso blanco. I like to use the Velveeta like cheese block, just a little bit of that. Some salsa. I like to use salsa that has a hint of lime, and I also put a little bit of buffalo sauce right there next to my salsa. Some cilantro and onions. Don't judge me, I'm using the frozen ones today because I travel for a living. And if I buy real cilantro and onions, they will go bad by the time I go back on the road and I'll have to waste them, and nobody wants to waste good veggies. You also need some shredded cheese and some feta cheese, and I put a little bit of Parmesan cheese on top of my feta cheese because I love cheese. While I'm making my tacos, I'm going to have some braised kale cooking. So I'm gonna put a little bit of olive oil in a skillet. All you need is olive oil, minced garlic, kale, raw kale, and low sodium chicken stock. Put in a little bit of olive oil, put in some minced garlic, add some kale to the skillet, pour some chicken stock on top, turn it down to low, medium low, cover it, and let it do its thing. Once you've cooked the meat, put it on like a low, medium heat, and you're going to add the taco seasoning and the water. Now's a good time to add your veggies, especially if you like the grilled veggies or if you're using frozen veggies like me. Take a second for this like block cheese to melt, so go ahead and put that in pretty early. Next, I'm gonna add the salsa and the hot sauce. I don't know if this is like an actual cooking thing or not, but I typically use a little bit less water than it says that you should on the packet because I use salsa and buffalo sauce, which is also like a liquidy, like watery consistency. So I don't like to put too much water in it because I don't want it to be too watery, especially since I typically put mine on top of a kale salad, or I guess it's not a salad, it's just a salad. Next, you're gonna add the feta cheese mixed with a little bit of Parmesan. The queso is gonna take a second to melt, so make sure you just keep an eye on it, kind of mix it up here and there, but let it do its thing. Let it cook. I also want to make sure everyone knows that I'm not a chef. I'm 100% self-taught. I'm not trying to be a chef. I just like to eat and I like to cook, and this is what I do. For the 10 millionth time, I'm not a for real chef. But since I know that you can eat kale raw, I don't think it's like a hardcore like determination as to how long you cook the kale. I think it just kind of is whatever is to your liking. Sometimes I cook it longer, sometimes I cook it shorter, but today I cooked it for about 10 minutes. But right now it's looking so good and I cannot resist it. Depending on how you cook it, you might want to drain the kale a little bit. It all just depends on how much like cooking stock you use. You can also use water, I think, maybe. So if you're ever interested, this is literally what I eat like 4 or 5 days out of the week. If I'm not eating this, I'm eating salmon or chicken, but it's one of my favorite meals ever. And of course I can't forget the shredded cheese, just get a little bit and voila. Oh, I got a sweet now. I hope you guys are able to try this recipe out at home, even if you change some stuff, add some stuff, take some stuff away. Post it on social media and use the hashtag #TheJamieGraceShow. I would love to see your tacos that you're making, and then I would love if you send me your address, I'll come over. I'm just kidding, don't send me your address. That's not safe because we're strangers. So if you do get a chance to make this taco mixture and use a shell or a kale salad or a regular salad, whatever you choose to use, I really hope that you like it. And if you don't like it, you probably messed it up, so it wasn't my fault. You're watching The Jamie Grace Show.